Ahead of May's Scottish Parliament election, politicians face a difficult balancing act, encouraging economic growth while supporting ageing communities and an increasing number of pensioners. Kathleen isn't quite ready to step away from her job yet, but she hopes making her HR company successful now will support her in her retirement. However, as a small business owner, this won't be straightforward.
I've seen some of my clients having to think about redundancies or make redundancies in order to remain viable. I think other grant funding to help with training and also reskilling I think is really super key. And then I actually think bringing more over 50s back into the workplace would be good.
Many pensioners are concerned with the rising costs of food, travel and household bills and the lack of money going into Scotland's communities.
There's certainly not a lot of investments. I mean, I travel about Scotland quite a lot, and you go to wee villages in town, like just say Pitlochry and stuff like that, which is actually not too bad, but when you go to places like Lord Gilpay, the Rishik and stuff like that, and Argyll, they're pretty much run down.
Well, pensions for a kick-off. I get a small old age pension, I get a small workplace pension, but I've still got to pay full rent, full council tax.
Immigration is consistently one of the top 5 priorities for Scottish voters, and older people, particularly men over the age of 55, are especially likely to trust Reform UK on this issue. And it recently had a councillor elected in the West Lothian town of Whitburn. This area was a Labour stronghold for decades, but it's now represented by a Reform councillor, the party's first electoral success in Scotland.
The biggest challenge is the immigrants, I think.
The cost of living. Sky high. Employment. Lack of jobs.
Health and social care is another top priority for Scotland's elderly population. Initiatives like Meal Makers allow volunteers to cook meals for those who cannot do so themselves, helping them live at home for longer and keeping them company during the day.
Even a 15-minute conversation can do much to their, it can really benefit them in case of their mental health issues as well. They have something to look forward to in the day. I think, you leave them happier.
Hello David, how are you?
The social interaction is essential for everybody. I think very easy for people who have reached a certain age to be sidelined and forgotten about because they're not so visible, but still an important part of society.
Rising bills and a stretched care sector pose serious challenges to those moving out of work. Ahead of the Scottish Parliament election, Scotland's pensioners are looking to politicians to find the missing piece of the puzzle. Lucy Dunn, STV News.